Good morning children, I am Saradiasis. Now I am going to teach you animal tissue. As you know, the body of animals are more complex than the plants. And the cells are organized into different types of tissue to perform different functions. Based on the functions, the animal tissues are classified into 4. Let's see which are the types of animal tissues. So as I told you, based on function, the animal tissues are classified into 4. So animal tissues are classified into 4. They are, first one, epithelial tissue for providing protection. And the second one is connective tissue, that is for connection or binding the different organs together. And the third one is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue for movement and locomotion, or movement, we can say movement for the body. And the last one is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, that is for the transmission of signals or coordination of signals in the body. So these are the 4 major types of animal tissue. Let's see: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. These are the 4 types, and epithelial tissue for protection, connective tissue for connection, muscular tissue for movement and locomotion, and nervous tissue for transmission of signals. So based on function, the animal tissues are classified into 4. Okay, next we can see the epithelial tissue, the first tissue that is for providing protection in detail. So the epithelial tissue, the cells are tightly packed and there is a continuous sheet of cells, and there is no blood vessels or there is no blood supply, and the nutrition for the cells is supplied by the basement of the membrane or basement membrane. So these are the things about epithelial tissue, and this epithelial tissue is exclusively for providing protection. Okay. Now we can see what are the types of epithelial tissue. Okay, so the epithelial tissue based on their shape. So based on shape, they are classified into 4. The first one is simple squamous epithelium, and that is flat shape. Okay, and the second one is columnar epithelium, and that is column or pillar shape. Pillar shape. And the third one is cuboidal epithelium, and that is cubical or cube-like cells. And these are glandular. This is a specialization of epithelial tissue that I will teach you later. So these are the 4 major types of epithelial tissue. Now we can see simple squamous epithelium in detail. So the simple squamous epithelium is a type of epithelial tissue. So ET here, epithelial tissue. Okay. So first we can say about the shape. It is flat shaped cells. So we can say the simple squamous epithelial tissue is made of flat shaped cells. Okay, so the simple squamous epithelial tissue is made of flat shaped cells. And second point, where it's seen in our body. So in the animal body, the simple squamous epithelial tissue can be seen in blood capillaries, alveoli, inner lining of mouth and skin. Okay, then we can write seen in blood capillaries, alveoli, skin, etc. Okay, and the third point is the function of simple squamous epithelial tissue. So before that I want to tell you, there is a peculiar type of squamous epithelial tissue or simple squamous epithelial tissue. Actually this simple squamous epithelial tissue is thin flat cell made of a single layer of cell. But in case of skin, there are many layers of cells are arranged. So such squamous epithelium is called stratified epithelial tissue. Stratified epithelial tissue or stratified squamous epithelial tissue, that we can use. Squamous epithelial tissue. And that can be seen in skin only, because in order to prevent wear and tear in the skin is made up of many layers of cells. Many layers of epithelial tissue or cells to prevent wear and tear. So such tissue which are made up of many layers of cells are called stratified squamous epithelial tissue. That can be seen only in skin. Is it clear? And the function is provide protection from the invasion of pathogen. So this is the function of simple squamous epithelial tissue. And next we can see the next type of epithelial tissue, that is columnar epithelial tissue. And the columnar epithelial tissue is made of column-like cells or pillar-like cells. Okay, that is the first point. Made of column-like or pillar-like cells. And it can be seen in inner lining of mouth. Inner lining of, it can be seen in the inner lining of intestine, then the respiratory tract, etc. The respiratory tract, etc. And in the respiratory tract, there is a peculiarity in case of the columnar epithelial tissue. That is, cilia are present in the respiratory tract. So such cilia containing columnar epithelial tissue in the respiratory tract are called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. So the cilia containing columnar epithelial tissue are called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue, and that can be seen only in the respiratory tract. Okay, so as I told you, there is a speciality in case of squamous epithelial tissue, that is stratified squamous epithelial tissue, and another peculiarity in case of columnar epithelial tissue in respiratory tract, that is a ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. And next we can see what is the function. So the function of this columnar epithelial tissue is absorption and secretion. Absorption and secretion are functions. Absorption and secretions are the functions of this columnar epithelial tissue. And next we can see, so where we can see this columnar epithelial tissue, inner lining of the intestine, and also we can see the ciliated columnar epithelial tissue in the lining of the respiratory tract, and the female reproductive system also we can see ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Okay. But the ciliated epithelial tissue is a peculiarity of columnar epithelial tissue. Next we can see the third one, cuboidal epithelial tissue. So this epithelial tissue is made of cube-like or cubical cells made of cubical cells. And where we can see this type of cells, we can see in the kidney tubules, thyroid glands and salivary glands. See in kidney tubules, thyroid gland and salivary glands. And next we can see the function. The function of this cuboidal epithelial tissue is providing mechanical support or mechanical strength. Providing mechanical support to the animal body. That is the function of cuboidal epithelial tissue. And there is no other specialities. You can see where we can see this cuboidal epithelial tissue, kidney tubule, thyroid and salivary glands. And now we can see the last epithelial tissue, that is glandular epithelial tissue. The epithelial tissue often acquire a specialization as gland cells. So, specialized as gland cells. Specialized as gland cells. That means some portion of the epithelial tissue fold inwards and form the glandular cells. That I will show you. So, some of the epithelial tissue fold inwards and form as a gland cell. So, that is called a glandular epithelial tissue. And where we can see this glandular epithelial tissue? Salivary glands, muscular glands, then earwax, the creating glands which secrete earwax, then digestive enzymes. So, these are the major glandular epithelia. And now we can see what is a function. So, function is to secrete chemical substances, that is hormones. So, hormone secretion is the function of this glandular epithelial tissue. Hope you understood everything about the types of epithelial tissue. In the next class we can see connective tissue. That's all for today.